6:15 in the AMs. What are you doing this morning on Saturday? Well, it's revival time, folks. I think I sent y'all a little bit of a teaser earlier in the week, and we're going to make it happen today. Well, we're going to try to make it happen today. We might make it today. We might have to be back tomorrow, but we're going to get this Cadillac. And got everything packed up in the back of the car here that I think I probably would need to get it going. And going to do a revival. I'm really excited about doing this. I've been wanting to do one of these for a while. Just wanted to find a decent candidate to do it to. And it seemed like I found one. So I'm pretty confident we'll be able to get this car going. Hasn't been running years and years. So we're going to check it out and dig it out of this garage that it's in, and see if we can't make this happen. Getting back to my roots here. This is, it was back when I was a kid, when my dad had the junkyard. Actually, my mom and dad had the junkyard. Mom worked it too, and well, that's what we would do. Dad and I would go out, or Dad and my older brother would go out, or all three of us would go out, and we would, we'd go to an old car that we'd found, or somebody called us about wanting to get rid of, and we'd take some tools and a battery and some gas and some stuff to work on it with, and just miscellaneous stuff, and get it running and drive it home. And then we'd take it apart and sell parts off of it. So I don't plan on taking this car apart and selling parts off of it, but we're going to get it going and see if we can't drive it home today. So come along with us. Let's do it. Okay, well, Mark and I got some of this swept up, cleaned up a little bit. There was a whole bunch of little carpet tacks all over the floor, all up down through here. They're all stuck in our shoes. So we got all that cleaned up, just see if we can try to preserve the tires. So here we have a 1960 Cadillac Series 62, and we're going to try to get this old girl running today and see if we can't drive it home. So we brought just about everything you could probably find in an AutoZone store, and I think we got a good shot getting it going. Well, let's take a look at it and just kind of drink it in. Start here in the front. So it looks like we've got all the headlights are there. And we're missing one parking light lens over here, which it could be in here somewhere. Normally, you end up with a lot of rot up in here, which I don't see any there. There is some rust. You can see where they've sprayed some primer on there to try to preserve it from rusting anymore, and it probably helped some. And this really cool grill that looks like bullets. I mean, when you think of a Cadillac, for me, the 60 Cadillac is the one you want to have. It's just the styling before it changed, and I think it was the coolest year, 59 to 60. This here is a piece of the stainless off the grill right there that Mark found for me. we're going to be looking for the hubcaps. Let me grab a light so I can shine on the side of it here. Now this looks to be all original paint. You know, we've got some sunburn here, or possibly where somebody has spilled some brake fluid or something on there and kind of ate the paint away. It could have been repainted. I don't know. What do y'all think? So I don't know if that's factory primer under there. I don't know. So here's the side of the car. Looks like we got a little bit of speed holes working their way into existence right there. Maybe some Bondo in there. I don't know. Apparently some repair work was done here. Not really sure. It's been primered, looks like. Could have just been some more rust that was repaired. I don't know. Coming on down the side. Pretty straight old car. Got all the stainless down through there. Looking at the doors, there's a little bit of rust bubbles popping up there. Common in the common areas. A little bit in the bottom of that door. We are in southern Indiana, so if we get a ½ inch of snow, they'll put 2 inches of salt on the road, so because they're scared of it. So the quarter panel looks great, and look at those fins. I mean, when you think of a Cadillac, it don't get no better than that. They look like they'll cut you. And they did make one called a flat top. It actually had a flat roof and pretty much a vertical rear window, almost vertical, that wrapped around the sides here. This is more of a fastback style. I don't know if they call it that. Bubble top, possibly. I don't know. But the sleek designing of this car is just fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. I do have a key. Let's take a look. See if we can get the trunk open. Try to lean over this monster fin. Can't hardly see the keyhole. There we go. Oh, look at there. Okay. Well, don't see a bunch of car parts. Don't see a bunch of engine parts or anything like that in there. Spare. I don't know, possibly original to the car. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't have a lot of that original trimming. Looks like the factory jack over there. Open the wheel well. Got some insect killer in here. It smells like it was mouse killer, because definitely smell the dead mice in here. But oh, I lost my light. So we can see what we got here. This is some paperwork and old newspapers and stuff. Move that over. Pieces of interior, looks like possibly kick panels. There. Oh, trunk panel looks good. Looks good and solid. Well, I think the fact that the trunk opened, look at there, there's a factory how to use the jack and the spare tire. That is awesome. That's really cool. All right, let's go ahead and close this back down. Sound like a cabinet door closing. Really cool back glass. And these side windows, looks like these little quarter windows here roll down and kind of go down into the quarter panel. All right, well, let's just start out with the driver's side front door. Looks like we got a cracked window here. I tell you, looking at that crack, laying my finger on there, I bet that looks thick, but looks like it was cracked right there. Possibly somebody trying to get in it after it was locked with the keys in it or something. I don't know. Possibly looks like they were prying on it right there. I don't know. I could probably get a window for this. Let's open it up and see what we got. Door opened good. Doesn't seem like it sags. Look at that. Just like a vault closing. Got the hand crank on the wing window. Looks like the remote mirror adjuster right there. Seat's a little bit worse for wear on this side. Let's see here. I don't know if you can see that. Looks like 12,080 miles on the odometer. And then there's a trip odometer there. I don't know. I'm not sure how to read that. This is 250 and 9/10 there. I don't know. Maybe that's just a trip odometer. I'm not sure about this. So, factory air, obviously, is a Cadillac. It's going to have air conditioning, I would say. Clock. AM radio. Power windows. See, there's a power window switch right there. And looks like the ones to control all of them are right here. I don't know what this is. Oh, it says something. What's it say there? Wash. Oh, that's the windshield wipers. It's the wiper controller. Intermittent wipers and washer fluid. So, 12,080. I would say, by the looks of that brake pedal and gas pedal, it's rolled over once. I don't know if it's rolled over more than once, but I'm confident it's rolled over at least once. Let's look while we're down here. There's no carpet up here, obviously, in the front. Let's take a look and see what we got. Oh. I might have worked on this before. Looks like it's got some floor pan work that's been done. Still some crustiness there that got away. Go ahead and put the key in here in the ignition. See if it'll turn the ignition. Oh yeah, we got a key. So the key operates the trunk and the ignition. Probably operates the door locks too. So I can fix that if I want to. I haven't decided whether I want to. There's some air conditioning holes, ankle vents there. Looks like the other side's been worked on as well. All right, let's look at the headliner. Looks like the headliner's all there. Not sagging, it is dirty. There's a couple little holes in it. Probably got some mouse nests, some in it. Look at all that chrome that lines the doors. This thing shines like a new penny whenever it was new. Let's go look in the back door, back seat. Go ahead and shut this. That's nice. You can see we saw that rust on the outside of the door skin, but you can see the inside's not terrible. So we can definitely fix that. Got the lighting in the armrest right there. It's got a can of wax in the floor. Somebody took care of it. It's got the patina. Definitely some moisture in the floor. Might have to do some work on the rear floor pans too, I don't know. Let's just look at this. Armrest, center armrest. Looks like we got some trim up in the back window from something. Inside, it says on it. Just lay that there. Chrome everywhere. Got the crash bumper right there. Crash pad, I guess you call it. Grab handles. Cigarette lighter. Not that anybody smoked back then, but ashtray. Never used. That's a lie. Definitely been used. Okay, so throw your light on the floor. Let's just get a look at the dashboard from the back seat. Look at all that chrome. Get that all polished up. Windows cleaned up. Shoot. Be like downtown. All right, let's go ahead and close this back up. Man, just like a cabinet door. Okay. Takes care of the inside and the left side. Can't really get to the right side yet, but from here it looks about the same. The gentleman that owned this before me was a collector of old cars. You can tell that he loved them. So next thing we're going to do is check out the engine bay. All right, let's see if we can get this old hood open. Looks like it's right there. All right. Oh man, this thing looks complete. I mean, it's still got the air conditioning compressor. All the belts are on it. Looks like it's got a new fuel pump on it. Come take a look at this. Let me clamp my light up here. Turn it on. Little light on the subject. Good Lord said, let there be light. And it was good. Battery tray's in good shape. Insides of these fenders, solid. Look how thick that core support is. My goodness, good Lord. Fantastic. Looks like a brand new fuel pump or been rebuilt or something. The belt is off of the AC compressor. Oh, but it turns. I don't know. Maybe they just took the belt off of it to save gas or something. I don't know. That was a big thing people did back then. I'm not sure it would make a whole lot of difference. Got an old generator charging system on it. And that looks new too. That looks like that's been changed. That's way too clean. Fantastic. Oh, look at that. On the fuel pump, it's got that old sediment bulb right there. I don't know if that's glass or, yeah, I think it's glass. 1960. That 4-core radiator, I believe. Let's see if there's any juice in it. Oh no. Bone dry, which could be a bad sign, but could not mean nothing. This thing has sat here for a long time. That there, did a little research on these because I wasn't sure what it had, but that is the Cadillac 390. 390 cubic inches. That might be what's called the corporate blue. I think it's 345 horsepower, 400 and something foot-pounds of torque. I don't remember the exact specifications on it, but just a big old honking motor is what it is. And look how far, man, that's interesting. Look how far back the engine is from the control arm, the cross member. I mean, the engine, the center of the wheels is right about the center of the water pump. That is amazing. That's ready for drag racing. Got some weight distribution. Of course, you got to deal with all that, but hey, we can make it happen. I don't know. We're going to see if we can get this thing going now. I brought tons of tools, but we're going to do a quick test to see if we can grab those belts and pull on them, see if that engine will turn. Does have a new upper radiator hose on it, too. Or, you know, newer than the car, but period correct looking style. All right, let's see if we can get this thing to move at all. I mean, it's pretty oily. Nothing looks really rusty too bad. You can tell from the looks of those pulleys, this thing has not turned over in a long time. So cross your fingers. Oh yeah, got a little bit of rotation there. Now that there, folks, is what we call a win. That is, I wouldn't say half the battle, but that's 30% right there. Maybe more, maybe 50%, I don't know. It's very good. So that's what I'm trying to say. All right, let's move on. I'm gonna go ahead and check the oil level, see what we got. Okay. Cute, you dipstick. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's over full. Look there. The fill line is right there, and the oil's up to here. That could be nothing. It looks pretty thin though. Let me smell of it. Oh yeah. It smells like gas. Yep, apparently there's a fueling issue. And the oil does feel pretty thin, so apparently it was somebody tried to start it at some point and wasn't very successful, or they were successful and it could be the float stuck in a carburetor. It could be something really simple like that, but that's probably the first thing I'm going to do. Well, one of the first things I'm going to do is change the oil, get that out of there, because if this thing does start, we don't want it to run on incredibly thin oil. So, not terrible, but at least I don't see any water in it. All right, let's see if we can get over here and check tranny fluid. Just to look at it and see what kind of condition it's in. Well, that's good. At least it does look pink. That looks great. Not burnt. Smells good. Smells new. Could we luck out and have a good shift machine? Maybe not have to change the filter and fluid in it. That'd be awesome. Well, that's great news. Wow, I'm not really seeing a whole lot of bad so far. Other than the coolant, the radiator's empty, but I'm not concerned about that because it wasn't in the oil. Let's look at the power steering. Down here. That's full. Power steering reservoir's full. That's great. Check out that washer fluid jar over there. Glass jar with a big lid on it. I bet somebody would kill to have that if they're looking for that to complete their restoration project. They're not getting it. I don't know if I can muscle that with my fingers. I probably have to go and get a pair of channel locks to get that off of there. Check the brake fluid. Let me grab that. Let's see if we've got some stopping fluid. We know we got starting fluid. Let's see about the stopping fluid. Oh no, that's bone dry. So that could be a problem. Hopefully that's just a leak somewhere in a fitting or something, but that's curious. So that may extend our stay here a little bit longer. Depending. But first thing I do is get it out and check all that out. I pushed on the pedal and it didn't go psst, you know, but it could just be that the master cylinder's frozen up too. That doesn't know how to start back in there. They're tricky sometimes. There we go. Don't want to cross thread it. Okay. And last but not least, what I want to do is take the air cleaner off and get a look at the carburetor. Yeah. Look at that behemoth.
How's it look?
It looks not too bad. I think it's been gone through.
Yeah.
Hopefully it has, and that gas that's in the oil was done before they did that.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm thinking new fuel pump, carburetor looks decent. It probably was an old issue. So hopefully changing the oil will be a big improvement. And let's see, make sure it's not frozen up. Oh, yeah, there we go. No, it's not frozen up. Okay, so next step, get the air compressor out, start airing up the tires, put the battery in it, see if it'll spin over without ripping the teeth off the flywheel. I know it won't do that because it's not locked up. So here's where we're at. I got the 2 tires on the driver's side pumped up. Got about 40 pounds in them roughly. I have a sneaking suspicion that the master cylinder might be what's locked up on the brakes, and hopefully we don't have a bad brake line, but could be a wheel cylinder, whatever. I can fix either one. Hopefully it's nothing bad enough that I can't fix quickly. And we're gonna pop the battery in this thing, see if it'll spin over on its own. I took the battery out of my ramp truck. It's actually a marine battery. It's not really supposed to be in a truck, but it was in there when I bought it. And, you know, in the interest of saving money, I just left it in there. I figure, you know, might as well kill it before I get rid of it. You know, these battery cable ends are not bad. I've got a battery terminal cleaner I'm gonna grab real quick. Okay. Okay. Looks pretty good. Just spread that out a little bit. I'm gonna pop this cable down on here. I want y'all to listen for any burning sounds or see if you can smell any smoke. Didn't hear nothing. I didn't hear nothing. I don't smell nothing. So, Down on there. Pretty good. Good enough. Like the ogre said, that'll do, donkey. That'll do. Oop. There you go, righty-tighty, not lefty-loosey. Well, I had this battery on boil for quite a while, sticking up to place with hydrogen gas. So let's see if we can get a little bit of movement with the key. Fire in the hole. Oh, I got dash lights. Well, that's a good sign. Headlights come on. I'm wondering if I can get it to run on a bottle. Let's see if we can get her to bark off. Try to put some in the breather vents. Get a little bit in the float bowl. And then in the process, pour some down the intake manifold. Let's try that. I don't think she's turning fast enough. I'm gonna have to put my battery charger on it. Okay. Put it on boost. Grab a little starting fluid. Alright. What that does. Well, apparently we're not getting any spark. It doesn't act like we're getting any fire. I don't have a little spark tester. It's probably the only thing I didn't bring. So I'm going to go ahead and take the distributor cap off. It looks like it's been replaced at some point. So it could just be that the points are corroded. Driver's too long. Let's see. go. Okay, see if we can get in here and do a little bit of file on the coins. They are, I don't know if you'll even be able to see it, but they are corroded in there. They look like they're new. Like I said, they've been in there for quite a while, not running. A lot of times if you leave the key on, if they're closed, it'll burn them up too. So this could have been a case where the keys were left on and they were closed. So see if we can get them filed a little bit. Pull that piece of sandpaper, stick between them. All right, we got the points filed and back in, and it looked like we did have a gap. It was opening and closing. I don't know what the dwell is exactly, but we're going to just see if it'll bark off with some starting fluid.
You want me to pump it a little bit?
No, there's no fuel in the carburetor, so it won't matter.
Okay.
Just go ahead and crank it.
Nothing's happening.
Nothing? Well, that's odd. There we go.
Yeah, lift up the,
Oh, the gear shift?
yeah.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep. All right. It just don't have enough juice.
Yeah.
I've got another battery, but I may just have to go buy a new one. But these are out of my trucks, so I would have thought they would have been fine.
Yeah, there's not a lot of get up and go.
Yeah, definitely not spinning very fast. Try her again. All right. Yeah, there's no use in that. I'm gonna.
It's turning over though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is turning over.
That's a good sign.
Yep, yep. I do have jumper cables. I could pull my excursion up in here. All right, hold on. Let me pull some more of this one back. I'm gonna try to put some in the float bowl. Okay. Well, we got a runner. Let me see if I can bottle feed it and get it to run a little bit longer. All right. Well, it is day 2 of the 1960 Cadillac Series 62 revival. Cut a little bit short yesterday and getting a late start today, but we're moving on to phase 2. Phase 1 was getting the car to start. Phase 2 is going to get the car to stay running. And once we complete phase 2, phase 3 is going to be getting to move on its own. If we can complete phase 3, we're almost there. Stopping is phase 4. So if we can get it to do all those things, then there's a good chance we'll be driving it home. So let's get at it. Okay, so we got the tires pumped up on the driver's side. Now we're going to see if we can squeeze in there. I don't know what the odds are that I can get my body up in there, and then there's fender skirts on it too. So we got to try to find the valve stem so I can get my air chuck on it, pump it up. I'm gonna go ahead. There's a raccoon doo-doo everywhere in here, so I'm gonna get my broom and see if I can sweep some of that out of the way so I'm not laying in it. It is gross. Looks like it's got new tires and new exhaust on it. Whose life am I living right now? I have to say, God's pretty good to me. That's another way he proves it. It's on stands in the front. Let's go around to the back. See if we can lift that up. Far enough to jack it up. Have any movement out of the handle. Look at that. What I want to do is I want to check out the front. Check out everything I can up there. Go ahead and change the oil and the filter, and then I'll let the front back down as long as I can check everything out. I can always jack it back up if I need to, but I think I should have backed up the rear end first. So let's do that. Let's go change the oil. Let's get under here and check out the underside of the car a little bit from the front. So, looks like from the downpipes back, the exhaust is all new. Looks like new mufflers and new tailpipes, everything. The tread on those tires looks new. I don't know if they're dry rotted or not, but they were put on there new and virtually no miles. They still have some of the nubs on them from the molds. So she's a little bit greasy. I mean, she's 64 years old. So, well, probably 63 and a half. The new cars come out in September, so that would make sense, but still, she's got some miles on her, got some years on her. Let's go ahead and see what size drain plug we got. See what kind of wrench we need to get that out. That looks like a 7/8 or 15/16 drain plug. Let's go ahead and see what we can do. First thing I want to do is see if I can get that oil filter loose, because I did not bring a strap wrench. So what I'm going to do is kind of oily, and hopefully whoever put this on followed the rules of hand tight on regular passenger car engine. Oh, they did not. As it turns out, I ordered this oil filter online, and I can't believe it, they sent me the wrong one. So I don't have an oil filter wrench anyway. So my buddy Isreal is actually going to come out here and hang with me and help me a little bit. And I just talked to him on the phone, and he's going to stop and get me an oil filter and bring one of his wrenches. That is way tight. Way tight. All right. Now let's see if we can get this oil all over us and everything else. Because that's the only right way to do it, is just to get it all over everything. And my gloves need a good tanning anyway. So well, that don't look too bad. It's black, like I said. Blacker than Elvira's soul. But it's not white and milky. So that's a win. Let's let that drain for a while. And try to take care of a couple other things while we're waiting on Mr. Isreal to get here. As I alluded to before, I seem to live a pretty blessed life. So I'm going to show you some more proof of that right now. Can you see that? It's like new flex lines on the front brakes, at least on that side. Let's look at the other side. Yep, a new bleeder screw too, so there could be a new wheel cylinder on that side. I don't know about the back yet, but that there's half the battle. That'll get us home, just having the good front brakes. The master cylinder looks like it's new, and the brake buster does too. So there has been some mechanical work done to this car. I don't rightly know when it was done, but I don't care. The fact that it was done, that is a huge win. So I'm hoping that coil loosened up the master cylinder a little bit. Let's go check that out, see if the pedal will move at all. Let's see. Oh, look at that. I think it's freed up. Boys and girls, I'm going to put some brake fluid in that master cylinder and see if those brakes will pump up without any leaks. I can't believe what just happened. I think we got brakes. We might be driving this bad boy home. Awesome. Let's see if we can put some I gotta plug that vacuum line back in. It ain't sealed real good, but it'll do for now. All right. Definitely gonna have to bleed these brakes, but we're gonna go ahead and fill her with some fluid. Get in and pump the brake pedal a few times. I just can't believe it. I mean, the old guy that owned this car passed away, and I don't know, maybe he drove it. I don't know, but he had a lot of work done to it if he didn't drive it. I'm gonna pump the brakes a little bit just to see if I get anything. Okay, so I'm pumping the brakes. And it feels really good. I've got it moving and I've got pedal. But like I said, I know we're gonna have to bleed them. I'm trying not to let myself get too excited, but that is unheard of. I don't know how long this car's been sitting here, but it apparently has been worked on extensively at some point and then locked away in this garage. And as you can see everything else, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here. This guy was a collector. And a lot of people say hoarder. I don't say hoarder, I say collector, because I say hoarder is a derogatory term that is not applied fairly to people who collect valuable things. So, you know, there is a way you can collect, and there's a way you can store and organize things that, you know, that makes more sense to some people, including me. But I'm going to pay this gentleman the respect he deserves by calling him a collector of cool stuff. So, all right, see what else we can get into. Let's take a look underneath and see if we see anything running out where we pump the brakes. And from up here looking back, I don't see a drop of nothing. So to me, that is amazing. Feel really good. I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is dump some fuel in the tank. And as soon as my buddy Isreal gets here, he's bringing me an oil filter and an oil filter wrench. As soon as he gets here, I'm going to finish changing the oil, let the front end back down, and then put some gas in it. Oh yeah. Okay, another thing we're going to do real quick, we're going ahead and fill the radiator up with some coolant, and so we'll have that ready. I need to get me another radiator cap. That one there is pretty bad shape. There's not even any rubber seal on it. Let's put some of this in here and just hope that it don't run out everywhere. This here is the ready to use kind. I don't like to normally get, but it's what they had. I've got some concentrate too. Come on, baby. Don't let me down. I don't hear no splashing on the ground yet. I'm gonna stop right there. Take a look. Nope, still nothing yet. Keep going. It's taking the whole gallon, but it did reach the top of the filler neck. So it's showing full right there. Over full. A little bit running out. I'm gonna wipe that up. Don't have anything on the floor yet. I don't want to get anything on there if I don't have to. Overflow tube is destroyed, rotted. Did not expect that to come all the way to the top with 1 gallon. There we go. No green stuff coming out on the floor. I don't know, folks. I don't know how lucky a guy can get, honestly. So, this overflow tube just fell apart, basically. So I'll have to replace that. But that just runs out on down the side right there. Runs down the side of the radiator. I'll throw that away. All right. Call my buddy Isreal. He's going to bring me a radiator cap as well. Caught him while he was at the parts store. How lucky is that? Well, I may as well go ahead and put the new battery in that I picked up yesterday, because this one here is shot. Let's go ahead and shoot a little bit of Croil on here. Just lubricate those threads a little bit. Should have took that negative off first, shouldn't I? Just put that back on there for a second. What are you doing, Richard? Haven't you ever learned? Take the negative off first. Uh-oh. What's that sound? That sounds like a Monte Carlo with a souped up 383 stroker in it. And it is. It is. My brother is. All right. Came to save the day. New battery down in there. What it is, what it is.
What's happening?
Not too much. Having some fun.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's always a good time.
Look at this guy here.
Howdy.
Been friends for, well, how many now? 45 years?
45 years, I guarantee it. I do want to let you guys know I had some pizza and beer last night, so if I do fart on this, you'll just have to excuse me. Got a little touch of gas.
Just like I remember it.
Oh, shoot. Well, how's it getting along pretty well?
Man, better than I ever expected.
Well, I'll tell you what, this thing is a daggone land barge is all this thing is.
It is. It is a huge car.
But you know, these old Cadillacs like this, man, that going down the road 65, 70 miles an hour, just like sitting in your love seat at home.
I wonder what they ride like. Like like a Cadillac.
Like a Cadillac, that's exactly right.
That's why I told Dylan, I said, that's where that term came from, ride like a Cadillac.
Yep. Yep.
I have checked the transmission fluid. It's pink as it can be, smells new. It's definitely been changed at some point, possibly in the filter, I don't know. New, looks like it had a new set of points. I filed the points yesterday. I had no fire. So I filed the point set and put it back in and checked the spark, had spark then, and bottle fed it and got it to start. So we fired it up and it ran. And the valve's quieting down. Radiator held a gallon of antifreeze and it topped right off.
Oh, wow.
So it's not leaking anyway.
Well, that's positive. Make sure that cap, that's our old school cap. So I didn't figure you want the pressure release valve on it. I thought that's.
I prefer not, but
yeah.
If that was all they had, you know.
Right. Oh yeah. If that was all they had. Now I think what the difference on this is, depending on room that you've got down there, according to what he said as far as the filters, because there was 2 different ones it could be. Okay. And I told him, I said, I don't know, so I just got them both. So whichever one you decide you'll use, we'll use, and the other one we'll send back.
Looks like this one is the right diameter.
Okay.
That one there looks like the same one they gave me. I have to look and see what the number is on mine is.
Yeah, because whenever I tried to cross it over to a Napa number, and he couldn't, I guess going back that far, he couldn't decipher it. So I said, well, I'll just come up and get those.
It's 3675. Let me look and see what this one is. It's 3675.
Yep.
Now it could just be that it's a smaller filter with the same size.
Yeah, that's what usually happens.
Yeah.
If there's enough room, to see those are like a half a quart and those are like a quart, close to it.
Yeah.
So it just depends on which one. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, that'll match
So
up.
I mean, if you could use that one, I would rather have the
I would rather have the bigger
bigger capacity. Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. All right. Well, I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. No problem.
I don't see anything leaking at all under this car. And you know what I had thought before, the day we were over here, and I got in it and it pushed on the brake pedal, and I said it felt like a hydro boost system or something.
Yeah.
It moved a little, then it stopped hard as a brick.
Yeah.
I think that master cylinder, it was completely dry.
Okay.
So I think what they did was they put it on there and bled the brakes and never topped it off because it was dry. I've sprayed some of this. I put about a ½ inch of Croil in it yesterday and just let it sit all night. When I got in there today, I pushed that pedal and it went all the way down. Well, not all the way, but it moved like it was supposed to. So I guess it broke that piston loose inside the master cylinder. Yeah. And that worked. So I topped it off with brake fluid, and it feels like it's got a decent pedal. Now it's going to need to be bled, I'm sure.
Right.
But I think the brake system is going to be okay. I mean, once I change the oil in it, I'm pretty confident. It looks like it's got a brand new generator on it too.
Heck yeah.
All right. All right, let's see if we can get this center bulb off of here. I don't know if we can or not. I ain't gonna mess with it a whole lot because it feels kind of rusty. I did spray it down with some Croil. Yeah, it ain't real tight as far as, you know, the loop. The loop got a little bit of slack in it. Does not want to turn. I may just pop that off of there like this, and then get the screw in part off of it. See if we can cheat a little bit. There we go. So I've got this thing working now. Good old coil. Now, let's see if we can get the glass sediment bulb off of there. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now, it's gonna be a trick. Well, that might be a problem. Tore that gasket all to pieces, getting that off of there, which I was afraid of that. But I don't have one of those. Curious. This thing pretty much ruined the gasket taking that off of there. So
you got the bowl off of it.
I did, but the gasket destroyed coming. It's a cork gasket that was on there.
Okay.
And it just tore all to pieces. Probably gonna have to get my gasket material. I didn't bring any with me. Or bypass it. Just take it off and
yeah. That would be a possibility. I've got an assortment of O-rings up there at the shop. I just don't recall how big they go though.
I've got assortment too in my shop, and I know they go that big.
Okay.
Which that'd be an option too.
It kind of seats up in there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could probably get by with that.
Yeah. Agreed.
So is it just completely deteriorated and fell out of there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to leak then.
Yeah. We did verify that the fuel line's clear back to the tank. Now we're going to see if the fuel pump has suction. I put some coil in it to lube it up a little bit. All right, crank it. All right. I can't tell that it's doing anything.
I'd see with the finger, that's going to be kind of tough.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
I mean, if we had a vacuum gauge or had something we could put on there and put it up against our tongue, I mean, old school way of doing it.
Yeah. All right, let me come around there, and then you can fire it up, and I'll see if I can.
I can get in here and work the gas pedal if you want me to.
Yeah, if you don't mind. it ain't sucking. Okay, so we got a problem here. See that big spot right there? That is fuel. So our fuel pump wasn't pulling.
Oh yeah.
And what we did was we blew back through the fuel line to see if it was blocked, and it wasn't, but it blew out there. I think we have a rubber line that's bad. So I'm going to try to shimmy under here and see what I can see. Hopefully I can replace it while I'm under here. Let's see if we can see where this is coming from. And I don't think there's any doubt where it's coming from.
Hit it or not hit it?
No, I can see it. It's completely rotted away. What
do you need?
Well, I've got fuel line under here with me, but I'm trying to look and see how far I need to go with it. I'm not sure.
Side cuts down there with you?
No.
Okay.
But I'm not sure I have enough rubber line.
That long?
Yeah.
Holy smokes. Wow. I wouldn't have figured it would have been that long.
Yep. There's also a vent tube on the tank that's completely gone. It's like a 3/4 inch that's just sticking up there out of the top of the tank, and gas splashed out of it.
Okay, so now you don't think that's what it's coming out of, do you?
Well,
because remember, that tank is full.
it's quite possible, but if you saw this line under here, I mean, it's completely rotted away.
Oh, okay.
It's not even sealed up
Okay.
at all. I may just be able to cut it off and shove it back on there. Is there a another hose clamp up there, a mini clamp we can steal off of something?
Okay. I'll check. We may have a bingo on that.
Okay. I'll tell you while you're up there, go ahead and blow in that line.
Yep.
And let me look and see if it's coming out of this one that was rotten.
Okay, I'm getting ready to send some air back to you.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it was blowing straight out of that, and we weren't getting nothing from that.
So, going straight out of what?
Out of that one that was that fuel line that you're getting the clamp for.
Okay.
Blow in it again. Now I've got it on the tank just a little bit. Let me see if it blows in the tank.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's blowing in the tank. So all I need is a clamp.
All right, I got you one. Do you have a screwdriver down there?
Yeah.
This is off the brake booster hose.
Okay. I got it on there.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna go back here and let the car back down. But first, let's go ahead and hook up our clickety-clack.
Okay.
And see if we can pull fuel.
Okay.
I'll bet we pull fuel now. I mean, that whole bottom side of that fuel line, right where it hooks onto the tank, about this far, was completely gone, just open.
Oh, really?
Half it was gone.
Of course, what I done going through that, I blew every bit of the gas. I cleaned the line out.
Which is good.
Yeah. Which he had done that kind of prior to make sure there's any type of debris or anything.
Let's try priming.
Okay. Oh, it's busted way down there.
So I'm gonna have to go under it on the front down here and replace this rubber line.
Yeah, maybe.
I think I left my light under the back of the thing.
Light?
Yeah. It's up under there on the rear end. Alright, so we got it running under its own power. It's running off the tank, but with a electric fuel pump. We've got it here. We've got a giant service loop in place. And what we're doing now, Israel's gotten in it, and he has verified that it will go into gear, and the wheels will turn, at least. It's on stands. So at this point, we're going to let it build some heat, see if we can get the thermostats open and closed. If it don't overheat, we're going to let it down and drive it home.
If anybody's ever seen a plug wire that bounces back and forth, if you don't know what it is, I can show you. Right there, that is a spark plug that's loose. And every time that cylinder's firing, that plug's going up and down. But you can see it right there. Yep. That plug is loose. So not the end of the world. You basically just tighten the spark plug up and that'll go away. Well, I'm impressed. Thank you. Yeah, it's not, I don't see anything pouring out from underneath of it.
Okay, we're running. We have heat in the top radiator hose, so we're circulating. Thermostat's open. Don't know if it's closed, but it's running well. We've gone through the gears. I think we're going to be driving it home. All right, hit them again. Yeah, they work. Try the turn signals. Yeah. Yeah. Turn the lights back on. Oh yeah. We're all lit up. Get her on the ground, pull her out. All right, let's do it. she is. Anxious to go to her new home.
They had a picture of one in their mark. That fuel pump up. Got one in there. Oh my God, it was blue. Top was white. I'll tell you what, he had a set of fancy looking wheels on it.
All right, so revival will be complete once we get her back home in the shop. Rock on. See you on the road. All right, Dylan and I are in the caddy, and we are heading home. Let's see if we can make it happen. Transmission's acting funky, but I'm just trying to baby it. I'm gonna be too mean to it right off the bat. Acts like he's wanting to die. Salem Square. Like a Cadillac. Got a right to run bad. Been sitting for a long time. tires are a little bumpy, but you can tell this thing is like riding on a cloud. Speedometer's a little bit off. A little bit wonky.
It's like windshield wipers.
Yeah. I think we got the speedometer's got itself confused with the windshield wipers. Check it out. Temperature gauge looks good. Gas gauge says empty. It's full. It's full to the top.
Who did thumbs up?
Who did?
The guy that passed us.
Oh. I didn't even see. Cadillac it. Up some kind of a vibration. I'm not sure what speed because the speedometer's funky, but we picked up a vibration. It almost feels like a wheel loose. I hope that's not it. We're gonna just pretend like we didn't feel it. We don't have that much farther to go. All right, so we had to find an alternate route. We come up to a construction area and this thing is not wanting to idle. It doesn't seem like it's overheating, but it does not want to idle, and we kind of got a spark knot detonation feeling. So we're taking some back roads to get home. Not running real good. It was running pretty good going down the highway, but now it's steadily getting worse. Plus we got a vibration coming from one of the rear tires. It's kind of doing like this. I hope we make it home without having to haul it. Late in the day, the sun is going down. But we're just reviving the demons out of it because they stuff's warming up, stuff's percolating, and juices are flowing. And it ain't happy about a lot of that, so it needs a little bit of love. I can't hardly see out of this windshield. It's got cat and raccoon paw prints all over it. Sitting in that barn. So we're going to see if we can get home. I'm doing the old neutral rev whenever we come to a stop. Uh-oh. Just died. We in trouble. We died. And it ain't starting. We got some smoke coming up under the hood. This is a bad spot to break down, fellas. Well, we made it pretty close to home. But not quite. I'm gonna let it cool off for a minute, see if I can get it fired back up. And if not, we'll just run and grab a trailer. Because we're only a few miles from home. So hopefully we can make it, roll on in. Oh, I didn't hook the fuel pump back up. We got it running again, but I didn't hook the fuel pump back up. Oh boy. Okay, we didn't make it. We're calling it. The carburetor is toast. It quit on us again, and I actually got it started, but I had forgotten to hook the fuel pump up. So I got out and hooked the fuel pump up, tried to start again, it wouldn't start. And I went out there and looked, and there was fuel. I could hear fuel gurgling, and it was actually running out between the carburetor and the intake manifold, just pouring out on the intake. So I'm calling it. It's about 5 miles from home. So I'm gonna go home and grab the trailer and pick her up and haul her on in. So it was a valiant and worthwhile effort, and I had a blast doing it. But we didn't quite make it. Now, if I was on one of these long trips, I would rebuild the carburetor. I have everything here to rebuild it, but I'm so close to home, and it's cold out, so I'm just going to go ahead and call it and haul it home. So been a lot of fun. Rocking on. Well, we didn't make it, but we're going home now. We got about 4 miles left to go, and we'll get her running. Carburetor gave up the ghost, so we're ready to roll. Well, we made it. We made it on the trailer, but we made it. So we're going to name it eventually. We'll think of something and get her going. Rock on. Thanks to Isreal Mount for coming and helping me. Thanks to Mark Olish for selling me the car. And hope to see y'all out there on the road. Rock on.